In the previous video, we were looking at a melody that was in the key of C, and we encountered an F sharp. And we know that an F sharp is not one of the 7 notes of the C major scale, so we were trying to understand and account for that F sharp in terms of scale degrees. And what we said was this. We know that an F is the 4th scale degree in the key of C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we encounter an F sharp, what does that sharp symbol actually mean? That sharp symbol actually means raise the F by 1/2 step. So what have we done? We've raised scale degree 4 by 1/2 step. So we put the sharp symbol in front of scale degree 4 because the sharp symbol means raise this thing by 1/2 step. And I'm being very particular in my wording of this. Let's try a couple of more of these. If we wanted to make the G into a G sharp, on the staff, I would put the sharp symbol in front of the G note head because that means raise the G 1/2 step to G sharp. And what have we done to the scale degree? We've also raised the scale degree by 1/2 step. So I'm going to put that sharp symbol in front of, or I'm sorry, to the left of my scale degree 5. And what does that mean? That means raise scale degree 5 by 1/2 step. And we can think of these scale degrees in the same way with the flat symbol. So for instance, suppose I wanted to make A, which is scale degree 6, into A flat. What does that flat symbol actually mean? That flat symbol actually means lower the note that is written by 1/2 step. So what have I done? I've lowered the A 1/2 step to A flat, or I've lowered my scale degree 6 by 1/2 step. So I'm going to put that flat symbol in front of scale degree 6 to tell me lower that scale degree by 1/2 step. And suppose I went over here to scale degree 3, and I put a flat symbol in front of scale degree 3. I can think about this in the reverse way, too. If I see something that says flat scale degree 3, what does that mean? That means lower scale degree 3 by 1/2 step. I know that my scale degree 3 is usually E in the key of C. So if I lower the E by 1/2 step, I will make it into an E flat. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, this is really, really, really easy because all I do is if I have a sharp in my note, I just put a sharp in my scale degree. So in the key of C, D sharp becomes the sharp 2 scale degree, or A sharp becomes the sharp 6 scale degree. Or if I see a sharp in the scale degree, I just add a sharp to the note. So if I have a sharp 5, and let's add a flat here just for variety, and a flat 7, all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a sharp to my scale degree 5 note and a flat symbol to my scale degree 7 note. What could be easier? And actually, this works perfectly well in the key of C. But when we move into other keys, this story gets a little bit more complicated. Let me show you a couple of examples here. Right below in the second staff, I've written out a D major scale using a key signature. So remember, we're using a key signature, which means that all of our Fs are going to be F sharps and all of our Cs are going to be C sharps. So we have to keep that in mind. So let's suppose I did this. I'm going to alter the notes of the scale. I'm going to make the 4th scale degree into a lowered 4th scale degree, a flat 4th scale degree. And then I'm going to lower my 3rd scale degree to a flat 3 scale degree. So let's do this one at a time. So my fourth scale degree is usually G, and I've got a G there. So if I have a flat fourth scale degree, what does that mean? That means lower my fourth scale degree by 1/2 step. So what am I going to do? I'm going to move the G to a G flat, because that is what lowers, moving a G to a G flat, lowers it by 1/2 step. Okay, let's do the same thing with scale degree 3. I've put a flat symbol in front of my scale degree 3, which means lower scale degree 3 by 1/2 step. But remember, scale degree 3 is not F. Scale degree 3 is F sharp. I'll just put a sharpened parenthesis there, just to remind us, even though it's in the key signature, just so we don't forget. My scale degree 3, if I don't alter it at all, is actually an F sharp. So what does a flat scale degree 3 mean? Does that mean I just put a flat in front of it? Well, remember, I'm very particular in the wording when I say the flat symbol means lower the note by 1/2 step. How do we lower an F sharp by 1/2 step? We make the F sharp into an F natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put not a flat symbol in front of my note, but a natural symbol. Again, why am I doing this? Because I want to lower the F by 1/2 step. This flat 3 scale degree doesn't mean make the scale degree flat. It means lower the scale degree by 1/2 step. And if I have a G sharp, the way that I do that is to make that G sharp into a G natural. In fact, if I made that into an F flat, I would actually be lowering my F sharp by 2/2 steps. Because remember, an F flat on the piano keyboard looks like an E natural. And that is going to lead to all kinds of strange results. So we have to be really careful and just remember that the flat symbol means lower something by 1/2 step, and the sharp symbol means raise something by 1/2 step. It can once in a while mean just add a sharp or a flat, but when we're talking about scale degrees, it's not going to be that cut and dry. Let's try one more example here in the key of E flat. I've written out an E flat scale right here. And suppose I want to make my fourth scale degree into a sharp 4. In fact, exactly like we found originally. Remember, we found that F sharp in the key of C. That was a sharp 4 scale degree. So remember what that sharp symbol means. The sharp symbol means raise my fourth scale degree by 1/2 step. Okay, so what's the fourth scale degree in the key of E flat? Well, we have to keep in mind that we have these 3 flats. In the key of E flat, we have B flat, E flat, and A flat. So my first scale degree is not E, but E flat. My second scale degree is F. My third scale degree is G. And my fourth scale degree, forgetting about that sharp for a second, is A flat. And I'm just going to, again, put a flat in parentheses right in front of that A, just to remind us of that. So if I make my fourth scale degree, which is A flat, into a sharp 4 or a raised fourth scale degree, remember that sharp means raise my scale degree by 1/2 step. How do I raise an A flat by 1/2 step? Well, I need to make that A flat into an A natural. So what I'm going to do is, in order to make my A into my A flat into a raised fourth scale degree, I'm going to raise it up a 1/2 step by adding the natural sign, because A flat to A natural is 1/2 step. And again, if I put a sharp symbol, if I just brought that sharp symbol down and said, okay, sharp 4 scale degree, I'm going to make that an A sharp, notice what would happen. I would be going from an A flat, just write that A flat again here, to an A sharp. And the distance from A flat to A sharp is not 1 half step, but 2 half steps. So again, I would end up with a rather strange result. This is one of the most confusing things that we have to deal with this semester. And you may want to go back and watch this series of videos a couple of times and try this yourself. Even better with a piano keyboard nearby so you can actually see this play out. But remember this, especially as we get into transposition, this is going to be incredibly important that we be accurate. So, the sharp symbol in front of a scale degree means don't make the note sharp, although sometimes that's the case. It means raise that scale degree by 1 half step. A flat symbol in front of a scale degree doesn't necessarily mean put a flat symbol in front of that note. It means lower that scale degree by 1 half step. If you remember that very particular wording, you will probably stay out of trouble.